So this is my motorbike. As you can see, probably guess, it's electric. I chose the electric theme because I wanted it to be slightly different from everyone else's. Also, I felt that by having an electric theme, it would allow me to be more adventurous with my design. So as you can see, I've gone for a blue and yellow colour scheme, much like an ESB van, and that was all part of my theme. I also done these side panels, and I cut out a stencil for them and sprayed them on. I think they have quite a nice effect. Going back to the start of the bike, it's made out of 16mm tubular steel, which I TIG welded. I chose to TIG weld the majority of the joints because, as you can see, the finished weld looks very well and requires very little grinding. For the side panels here beside the battery, I actually MIG welded in them because it's just a lot easier to get access with the MIG welder. The spring for the back of the bike came out of a cycling bike, and I think it looks quite well. I also made a stand for the bike out of a solid aluminium bar and some checkered aluminium plate, which is screw threaded into each other. I modified the front suspension for the bike a bit to accommodate my handlebars. So on the top here, instead of the nylon or brass bushes, I have steel bushes, and I TIG welded the handlebars directly to them then. Just going back to the theme, I have a little laser cut piece of plastic here that covers the battery, and I rastered in or engraved the ESB logo into that just to help add to the theme. I had some problems with the nylon bushes, so I was lucky enough to have time at the end, and I changed them to brass. You can also see I made little nylon spacers to keep the wheels centered and stop them wobbling around the place. I suppose if I was to look at some of the processes that I have, various types of welding, TIG, MIG, with the foam shaping, which is done down in the product design lab, with hot and cold forming to get some of the bends. So this bend here, I had to heat it to get the steel round. These bends were cold formed. I also have a bit of kind of seam welding. It's kind of hard to see, but the bottom panel there is 2mm steel, and that's seam welded along. And I also have a small little bit of wiring, so didn't have time to get the motor working off the throttle, but I just put on a little switch here, so you can see the bike runs pretty well. The seat is made out of 2 pieces of MDF which have L brackets on them, and then it's filled with some foam and leather stapled over it. On one handlebar I have my throttle, which has worked, and I had to make a nylon bush so that it would sit onto that, it doesn't move. The other handlebar, I knurled a piece of aluminium, drilled it out, knurled it, and put a chamfer on the end of it. I think it gives it quite a nice effect. Overall, I'm very happy with the way the bike turned out. If I was to do it again, one of the things I would change is I would extend this bar out here and have much shallower loop. The way it is at the moment, it's kind of difficult to sit on it, so a flatter area back here over the wheel would make it a lot more comfortable to drive.